What's going on, guys? Yoel here. Welcome to Confabulate, the podcast where you talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Yoel Sanchez. Thank you so much for stopping by. And this week, you guys, we have John Turri and Gabecoaster being a part of Season 8 of Confabulate, my last season. I am so happy that they took the time out of their incredible busy schedules. And I'm just so shocked, and I'm so happy that this is happening. This is literally a dream. And we've been trying to do this for many months, so I'm very, very, very happy. So thank you guys so much.
Of course, man.
Got
Stoked
you.
to be here. Yes.
Hey.
I miss you guys, you know?
Yeah, I
It's
miss
been
you
a
too,
while.
man.
I miss
Yeah.
you guys. It's been such a long time.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much for taking the time, for coming straight out of work to coming here,
Of course.
and then to go back to San Jose, and for you to take time out of your busy schedule. You have a song coming out. I know you're going to be extremely busy, so thank you guys so much again.
Of course, man.
Yeah, anytime, Yoel.
And thanks for being a part of my last season. You guys have been like some like fan favorites, people that listen to the show. People have loved listening to your guys' episodes. And tell me about your time on Confabulate throughout the years, like any memories, positivity stuff, or why'd you guys decide to come on years ago?
Well, I remember my first time. I was in my bed, right? We were
Yes.
talking about this earlier.
Through Zoom.
That's hilarious.
It's like COVID times.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been. Well, it was, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't even know why I was in my bed. I had no business being in my bed, but you know, that's pretty funny to me. And I remember up until the point where you came to my apartment, right? Like my experience has always been pretty positive. I love talking to you, Yoel, and seeing like how much you've grown in the past many years since high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, John, legend, love that guy.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. So you're asking like to share just confabulate memories and why I decided to come on the first time?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, the first time, I think you had watched my Supermarket Flowers cover, and we just connected on social media. So maybe it was like first like a DM or a comment, and I just always thought you were a kind dude, just like really authentic, really genuine. And I think I like asked Gabe too. I was like, "Hey, is this like Yoel guy? This Yoel guy seems cool. Like, I trust Gabe." So I was like, "Can you verify that he's like cool dude?" And he was like, "Yeah, he's great." And
I remember that actually. I remember that text very
You do?
vividly. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And so I think your authenticity was just so refreshing. And anytime somebody listens to my music or anything that I do musically is super humbling. And it's a huge honor. When you think that every single day there's 100,000 songs are uploaded to Spotify and to all music platforms, it's every single day. And so when somebody listens to one of my songs, like when you think about how huge that number is, it really means a lot. So to see that some of my music had resonated with you meant a lot. And yeah, I was down to be on the podcast. So
Nice.
Mhm.
And last time you came on, you had me be a part of like a big moment for you, which quite literally changed your life. And you decided to tell the story on the podcast, which I still haven't like fully come to terms with. I think it's such a beautiful, incredible thing that you did for me. And
of course, man.
so thank you so much for doing that again about 2 years ago. Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun, dude. It was fun because I told you that I was going to play a new song for you.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like I told the guys today that I'm going to play them a new song today. And I actually am going to play you guys a new song. It's not going to be like round 2 of I don't know, I'm singing with Chris Martin this time or something. But yeah, that was great. Your reaction was so great. I also like, my wife and I laugh about that moment because like I like smack your chest pretty hard because I'm like, hey, and your eyes
I
are
still have my eyes closed.
yeah, his like eyes are still closed.
Yeah, because you were like, keep your eyes closed no matter what. Promise me you keep your eyes closed. I'm like, okay.
oh yeah,
okay,
I was
okay.
kind of insistent about that.
Yeah, I love that video so much.
Yeah, man, that was
That's still
awesome.
so crazy. I can't believe that happened. That is insane.
Yeah, it's unreal, man. I'm like kind of glad that I'm so glad that it happened, but I'm also glad that it happened like right before AI got really crazy with like how AI can generate images and stuff like that. Because I feel like if it happened now, everyone would just be like, "Oh, it's AI" or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to give you your flowers too, because I've always said that Gabe's a big inspiration to me. It was nice to go to high school with you and see you since you were very young to start doing YouTube videos, and you were always so passionate about it. And I didn't start posting my own videos till I was like 17, and you were a big inspiration to show me that that is a possibility and that's something that I can do. So I don't think if I had you to watch back then that I would have ever done it. So it was nice to go to school with someone that was so passionate about content creating, making videos, and making people laugh, and always being so passionate about it. And I can tell you've always loved it, and it comes from your heart because you're still doing it to this day. So it's been a beautiful thing to watch, and he's been a big inspiration. So I just want to give you your flowers, your props. You're doing incredible, and you've been doing an incredible job since you were like 14, 13, since you were very young. So congratulations to you.
Thanks, Yoel. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's been a very, very long, bumpy road, but it's been amazing. Love making content.
Remember how you got waitlisted at NYU from doing a video on an iPad?
Yeah, I
That's
do.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Did a submission through with an iPad only, and got waitlisted at NYU.
That was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I ended up dropping out of college, but
Yeah.
that's
a flex.
Yeah, and you're building a roller coaster right now, and I'm sure people want to know the update, how that's going. Or maybe you can start, why did you decide with that idea to build a roller coaster?
Oh, dude, so much went into that. That is a very complicated question. So
Start wherever,
yeah.
bro.
As you know, like when I started doing short form content, I was just doing interviews, and for me, it just felt very like creatively unfulfilling. I just felt like I was doing like the same stuff over and over again, and it was hard to be more innovative and stand out as a public street interviewer. Yeah. So I wanted to just start doing something different that people would recognize a little bit easier. So that's when I came up with the idea to start doing interviews on roller coasters. And I was doing that for a while, and those videos were awesome. Like almost every single video would go viral, getting millions of views on every single platform.
Yeah.
And it was going really well. And I was trying to obtain a sponsorship with Six Flags. Six Flags, please sponsor me.
Yeah.
But some of my methods, I look back at, it was stupid.
Yeah.
I should not have brought a hammer on a roller coaster. I recognize that.
Yeah.
I didn't do that at Six Flags though. That was at the Boardwalk. Yeah, Boardwalk hates me now. But it's like some of my ways of going viral. Like I knew people would comment like, "Oh, this guy's holding a hammer, or he's holding a wrench, a spoon, whatever it was on the roller coaster." Like that's crazy. That's funny. And I knew they would do that, so that's why I did it. And they did. The hammer I got a lot of hate for, actually. A lot of people don't like me because of that.
Yeah, I saw that. I defended you though.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, they don't actually know you, but
dude, I got like some pretty crazy comments. Like
Wow.
I think the craziest comment, I don't know if like, I think it's okay to say this, but like the craziest like hate comment I received from someone, they were like looking at my videos, like, "Oh, like you're such an idiot. Like you're bringing all these tools on roller coasters. Like you're so dumb, whatever." And then he saw the one at the Boardwalk, and he goes, "You brought a hammer on a roller coaster?" He goes, "You have to be the most idiotic person on the coaster community," and that's saying a lot because we have pedophiles in this community.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I swear to God. That was the most crazy like hate message I've ever received. I was like, you think what I did is worse than pedophilia? I was like, why are there pedophiles in the community? That is horrible. That is
oh my God,
dude.
What an insane thing to say.
I know, I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
I do not think that is worse than pedophilia. Do you you guys agree with me?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's just insane. But yeah, to wrap up the story, a lot of people hated that. Six Flags, they seems like they hated it less than most people. So they tried getting me back, or like they told me just to take down the videos and that they'd work out a deal with me. So I was like, okay, awesome. Took down the videos, and I had talked with them for months. I sent them a ton of ideas, and I was like, yo, like let's do this, let's make it happen. Right. And it got all the way down to us figuring out a day to film. And they just kept pushing me back and pushing me back. Like, oh, like, we'll figure it out next week. Actually, next month. Like, reach back to us next month and we'll let you know. So I think that started in, like, July of 23. And it got all the way to, like, December of 23. And they were just like, actually, we are scrapping the idea. We're not going to do it anymore. Like, we just don't have the capacity to do this. And I said, all right, that sucks, but it is what it is. So
It's a lot of leading you on.
Hey,
A lot. Like what? Why? Why so much like initial follow up? If you know deep down that you're not going to do a collaboration, why?
I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It felt like it was like a scheme for them to just keep the videos not on social media, like just to make sure that I don't do it at the park. That's kind of what it felt like to me. But what was weird was, so after they told me that they didn't want to do it anymore, I was like, all right, whatever. I made all the videos public again, and then they got mad. They banned me. I got banned for like a year because of that. And then shortly after, like the next week after they had told me that they didn't want to do it anymore, the main Six Flags Corporation account made an interview on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And then the park that I was filming the rides at, they created a video, and I was doing like karaoke on roller coasters. They did the exact same thing, just really horrible. And they just took my ideas. Like I have like the emails that I sent them, like, oh, let's do this, like Christmas songs, whatever. They did a Christmas song on the roller coaster. Like they just ripped off my ideas. And after that, I was just kind of like, wow, like that's really messed up. Like, I know that the ideas that I had were really good and that they would have gone really viral. So I was actually really sad about that for a long time. And because of that, I just thought, okay, how can I still stand out and be different? You know, maybe roller coasters aren't my thing, but I can do something else. So I tried like ice skating. I did that with John.
You even tried a green screen.
Yeah, I did a green screen on a roller coaster.
I did a green screen.
You did?
Yeah.
You did do the green
Yes, I
screen,
did.
yeah. So I was just trying all these things. Like it wasn't as good as the actual roller coaster. So then it just came to me one day, and I was like, yo, what if I just built my own roller coaster and I could do whatever I wanted on it? I can do whatever videos that I want to do. I can record the entire process of building the roller coaster, and I can just, it's freedom. I don't have any guidelines. I can just do whatever I want. So then, like, there's a lot of logistics of like finding a place to do it, like buying the material, learning how to actually use proper tools, and learning how to build the actual roller coaster, right? It's been a long journey, and like I've been learning a lot, and like I didn't quite know what I was getting myself into, but that's kind of where it stemmed from. So when I'm done with the roller coaster, I'm going to be doing like my interviews on it. I'm going to try to just spark that back up. And I'm sure that by the time before I'm even done building the roller coaster, like I think the videos are going to be blowing up. It's going to be a huge thing. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that with that, it generates enough income to where I can build another roller coaster that's even bigger, and then just keep expanding on it, keep building more and more roller coasters, and build like my own amusement park corporation that has like some type of theme, and just.
Can you imagine the day when you get like a Six Flags employee on your roller coaster? Like just like that full circle moment. Like I don't know who the CEO of Six Flags, but something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, just be such a flex. I want to ask something really quick, because like the idea of like I'm gonna build a roller coaster, that's an exciting idea, and it's so cool to think like, yeah, let's do it. But then after that excitement wears off, it's like you said, the logistics of it. What were some things that you thought about when making a roller coaster that maybe you thought were kind of easy that ended up taking up more time? Like, do you feel like your kind of timeline of how long it would take to do something like this, like, do you feel like your timeline has had to adjust as you've kind of learned about things?
Yeah, dude, it's taking so much longer than I expected. Like, just the design itself, that took a long time, because in order to like save money building it and like not just blow a ton of money on the roller coaster, I needed to kind of like plan it out and design it as much as I could, as much as I know how to. I'm not an engineer. I don't know how to do any of that.
Yeah.
So I made like a mock PVC pipe design of the roller coaster to get an idea of all the material that I need to buy.
But even that is crazy, because you had to learn how to do that.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing. So like, yeah, luckily I found a guy. He lives in Prunedale, actually. His name is Joe. He's been helping me out. He's kind of like, I had the idea and I sent him like all these videos that I had. I was like, yo, like, this is what I want to do. I was like, I don't know how to do it. Like, do you think you can help me start? And he was like, yeah, of course. So he gave me the PVC pipe design, like idea, the frames that I'm building right now. Like he kind of helped me come up with the idea to make those stronger so that it's strong enough for two people to ride at once. And it's just coming up with the design of the roller coaster has taken up so much time. But yeah, I'm like, I have to build about 90 frames in total for like just the main part of the roller coaster. That's not even including like the really tall part, the drop. And I have about 20 complete right now.
Wow.
So yeah, building it also taking a long time.
What is a frame? Like, I know we're all super uneducated into it, but like describe a frame.
Okay, so roller coasters, like they have like these pillars type of things, right? That's goes below like the track, and that kind of makes it higher, or strong, for the track to ride along. So the way that I'm doing it is obviously it can't be as tall as like a really crazy roller coaster. So each frame, it kind of just holds up the track and just makes sure that it's strong enough for like the roller coaster to actually ride down. And I space them out 4 feet apart. So every 4 feet, there's a new frame holding up a part of the track of the roller coaster to make sure that like it can go up, down, like turn, all that stuff.
And do you have to like know your weight limits before you even start making frames? So like, is it like, all right, I know that I need to be able to withstand this weight limit and whatever, so I need these kinds of frames?
So kind of.
Okay.
For the ones that are like, so there's different parts of the roller coaster, right? There's like straightaways where like, you're not, the only time that a weight distribution really matters is during the curves, the turns. Okay. Because then the weight gets distributed a little differently. When it's just going straight, like it's just flat on the frame.
Okay.
But when it turns, if you kept the frames flat, the frame's like flat like this, but the weight is being distributed this way. So then the frame could like tip over. Okay. So in that instance, you need to kind of angle the frames to be taking that weight. So when it's turning, instead of keeping it flat, you're kind of keeping it like that.
That's tough.
You get what I'm saying?
That feels like the hardest part to me.
So that's what I'm like working on right now. Yeah. So I've done a bunch of the frames that are just straight, like just flat, like maybe it turns like that, like slightly, but they're just flat. But when I'm going on the turns right now, and that's going to be how I angle it. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I'm literally going to learn how to do that on Friday.
Sick.
Insane. And that you're working on this like on your side time, because I know you work a lot and you're traveling for work and you're always so busy. You're working on this roller coaster like on your downtime.
That's a good point.
Yeah, dude. Like I work a lot for Tigran. We go like literally all over the country all the time. Just whenever I'm not working, I'm there at the location of the roller coaster, and I'm just working all day from when the sun goes up to the sun going down.
Yeah.
Do you have a goal or a time frame? Like you're like, I really want to get it done by this time, or are you just whenever it's done, it's done?
My ambitious goal is by December. I want to be done. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I thought you were gonna say a year.
Yeah.
It might take that long, honestly.
Like next summer.
Like I keep like setting like really like ambitious goals for myself to be done by like this time, and like I keep failing, obviously. But I want to be done by December. I would love to be done by December. I don't think that's really realistic, but I'm just going to shoot for it. I'm going to keep working on it as if I will be done by December.
It's tough because like it's something that for one is not common knowledge, and there's so much detail in it that the deeper in the weeds you get, the more your timeline expands. So it's like every time you go into a more microscopic level, you're like, oh, there's another month added. So but I think it is cool to strive for that, as long as you're like open to the creative process, and because you also don't want to like, and I don't think that you do this, you're not an egotistical person, you're a driven person. Sometimes there can be that ego fight of like, oh, I said it's going to be done by this, so then you compromise quality just to achieve like a certain date. So I don't see you doing that, but who knows, you could just get it done by December.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, obviously I won't push it. Like if it's not meant to be done by December, it won't be done by December. I really want to make sure that it's safe, and that people can ride it, like, and not worry.
I want to
about
ride it.
Yeah,
I don't want to die.
Exactly. I don't want to. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah,
that's not my goal.
Yeah, you can't even blame the hammer. There's no hammer this time.
Yeah,
it's like, come on.
Oh man, yeah. Freaking hammer, bro. It all stems from the hammer.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just, I think like, if I like wasn't working all the time, it could be done by December. But just because of my schedule, it's just hard to find the time. But it's just gonna keep working as hard, as fast as I can, and just make sure that quality isn't compromised.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait. We're rooting for you.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
I have a question. Well, I have a few questions that apply to both of you.
Okay.
First one. Well, we are all Aquarius men, right? Aquarius, like the Gemini stuff.
Oh,
I want to know if you guys are into like astrology, and I want to read you the definition of like someone that's an Aquarius and a guy. So an Aquarius man is typically independent, intellectual, and idealistic. Known for his creative and humanitarian spirit, often with a rebellious, free-thinking nature focused on making a difference in the world. He can be unpredictable, but also offers loyalty and great advice to his friends and loved ones. He cherishes his personal freedom and autonomy, disliking limitations or being told what to do. While he may struggle to express emotions and keep a certain distance, he is fiercely devoted to his family and friends. Once a connection is formed, he enjoys social interaction and can be fun and charismatic, but also needs significant alone time and intellectual stimulation. Now, I wasn't into like astrology, or I didn't really know a lot until I figured out what an Aquarius was, and I was like, okay, well, a lot of that applies to me. And then I started seeing a lot of celebrities that are also Aquarius, like
When's your birthday?
January 31st.
Oh, dang. You guys are both January homies.
Yeah. And you're
Yeah.
the 28th?
Yeah, we're
We're
just
a
like a couple days
We're
apart.
a couple days.
Dang.
Yours is February 12th.
10th.
Right.
10.
Not bad.
I was going to say
It's
8th. What are you guys into astrology at all? Do you believe in it?
I will say that, like, I haven't done like a proper deep dive. I think that I think it's cool when people are into it, and I'm like all for them being into it. I think when it comes to things like that, the only thing you want to be careful of is just giving it too much weight, right?
Yeah.
It's like, because sometimes like people put their entire identity into what these things are saying about them, and you can give it too much power. And I feel like our identity comes from other things that just have a lot more truth in substance. So I will say, like, it's like entertaining to me to see like if any of it kind of applies to my personality. I have some, I think it's just like kind of fun. Yeah, not like in a disrespectful way. Like if I meet anyone and they're really, really into astrology, I'm not gonna bash them. That's just like what they're into. But I kind of just like take it with the grain of salt. But that's just kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah. What about you?
Honestly, I know nothing about astrology. Like, I know I'm an Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all I know.
But you're
I
like,
just-
what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm like, I've never like looked into it. I've never like seen like, oh, what do Aquarius men like or do or whatever. I have nothing against it. Like John said, it's like if people like it, I'm like, yeah, cool. And then I ask them like, do you know anything about Aquarius? And I've asked that to multiple people, and they've told me. I low-key forgot. But yeah, like it's just I really have no knowledge of it really at all.
I think the TikTok stuff is like funny. Like, you're dating an Aquarius when, or you just see the comments like, wow, I'll never date an Aquarius, or about any kind of sign. I think that stuff is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fun to me, I guess. But I'm not very into it. My friend Victoria is kind of like into it. You know Victoria. You guys know Victoria. Yeah.
Victoria Fabula.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think she's like hyper into it, but she'll be like, hey, so there's this thing I learned. And I'm like, cool.
About astrology?
Yeah.
Like about you?
Just about anything. She'll just be like, oh, do you feel like this resonates with you or whatever? But yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like Victoria.
What about you? Like, how do you feel about it?
I didn't really care for it, but then like, I don't know, like I learn about Aquarius people and I'm like, oh, well, yeah, that applies to me. That's cool. Like, I'm not all into it, like with the charts and this and that. I don't memorize all that.
Yeah.
But then I started seeing like celebrities that are also Aquarius and I'm like, oh, that's why I like them so much. Oh, that's why, I don't know, I relate to them in that way or how they think and stuff.
It's possible. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I see like some kind of connection there. Like not all of it's like BS, but I don't like go fully into it. No. I also wanted to ask you guys, as creative people, I don't know if you guys have had like any fan interactions or stories or people that you run into that recognize you. I just wanted to hear like maybe a story or two, but from each of you, of a fan interaction or something cool. Anything at all?
You want to go first, John?
I gotta think a little bit.
I can. I know. I can think of one off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Okay. So,
Yeah, sorry. It's like, also side note, it's so hot in here. So
It
like,
is.
if you see me, like, yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So you guys both know. So both of you guys know Cameron, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cam and Mal. They're like pretty famous. I've been with Cam and Mal, both Mal, like, and they've been recognized a ton of times. So it's kind of like a joke between us that like for a while I used to just like go up to strangers and be like, oh, like they're famous, and I would just embarrass them in public. But there was one time where I was with Cameron, and I'm just so used to like Cameron getting recognized. We were in Santana Row, and this girl, like, she's like pointing at us, and like Cameron was just like, oh, like I think she might like recognize me or whatever, blah blah. I was like, oh yeah, like probably. And she comes up to us, and then she like skips Cameron and goes, "Are you Gabecoaster?" And I was like,
oh my
yeah, I was
gosh.
like, in your face, Cameron.
That's amazing.
Yeah, then she like asked me to like take a photo with me, and like it was super funny. I was cracking up,
I love
and then
that.
and then me and Karen were just making so many jokes about it. Karen was like, "Yeah, dude, yeah," like I totally thought like she was looking at me, but dude, like that's awesome, like good for you. He was pretty chill about it, like.
Dude.
But dude, it was super funny. We were cracking up when that happened.
And that's so sweet. I mean, how'd that make you feel? Just to like have that such a pure, I don't know, like she went out of her way, you know what I mean? It's like such a like wholesome, pure response to you.
Yeah, dude, it was cool. It was awesome. I was just surprised that she like that she knew who I was. And like it's always like a very like validating feeling when someone comes up to you and they tell you that they watch your videos and that they like them. Like I love that. Like it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is like good and that I'm like actually making an impact on people.
Yeah. That's awesome.
There was another time I was in Home Depot getting PVC pipe for the roller coaster with my brother, and some girl, she just goes, "Is that for the roller coaster, Gabe?" And I was like,
Whoa!
"Yo, that's crazy."
That's amazing.
Yeah, I have no idea who she was, but yeah, that was all she said.
Yeah.
And then she like walked away, and I was like, "Wow, that was crazy." And Isaiah was like, "What the heck, dude?"
Yeah. When we went to dinner last December, remember there was like these girls in a car. They beeped at you.
Oh yeah,
Hey, hey.
yeah, at
I'm like,
BJ's.
hey,
yeah,
hey.
I'm like, all right. All right, Gabe.
I am.
Bro, like when the coaster pops off even more than it already is, it's going to be awesome because there's going to be a moment where someone goes up to Cameron and they're like, "Hey, you're Cameron." He's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Yeah, you're Gabe's friend."
Yeah.
And that's it.
Oh, I can't wait for that to happen.
Wow. What about you?
So the first one that comes to mind, I had the opportunity a couple years ago to go and play music at Soledad Prison. And that was a really great experience. I had never like visited a prison before. Have you guys visited a prison?
No, never.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think so. No.
So it was honestly, it was a really great learning experience. I think like going in to play music for them, my overall goal was like, obviously like assuming that the way that they that the court system has treated them, like assuming that everyone is right. And I'm not talking about the people, like there might be people who are mistreated and they're not actually guilty of what they did, but the people who are guilty of their crimes, like obviously they've done something wrong, but I just like really believe in redemption and believe in grace and that people can improve like over time. And so my biggest goal in going was just to like make sure that they felt treated like human beings. Cause I feel like, yeah, it is like kind of it could be like an uncomfortable experience just cause I've never been there. And I feel like most of our perspective of prisons is just like movies. So I don't know if you guys have seen like Shawshank Redemption or, things like that. And so my goal was like, how do I like be discerning? Like, I don't want to be so optimistic that I'm naive. And then I don't want to be so discerning that like I'm judgmental. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to, I didn't want any of them to think like, oh, this guy's coming in to play music. Like he just thinks he's better than us or whatever. So when I went, this was like probably 2 months after the Ed Sheeran stuff happened, and it was on the news. So it was on like the Monterey County news may have made like Santa Cruz County. So they just posted like a news segment about me singing with Ed Sheeran and everything. And, it was really cool. Cause like after we sang, cause I played with like a band and everything. A couple of the inmates came up to me and just like asked me to sign something. And they're like, "Dude, we saw you on the news singing with Ed Sheeran. Like that's super cool." Wow. And we just like can't believe that that you would just like come in here, that you guys would all come to play music and sing and do these things. Like, we just feel like forgotten by society. And so it was like cool. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think when I was like leaving, I was just really trying to think about what this is like, how we came in here, we played, and at the end of all of this, they're all going to go back to their cell. And like Thanksgiving was like the next week, and how all these holidays happen, they don't see their families. Christmas happens, like they're just in their cell. I don't know. It kind of just really opened my eyes being there, which is like most things in life, right? Like, you have a different experience with roller coasters now because you're building one. So like when you get on a roller coaster, you're like, wow, look at these frames, like how they adjust. And so being there in person, I was like, man, like I just had like real conversations with them. And one of the guys, he was like, we had like a great conversation, and he was like, you know, man, my biggest fear is that I'll be in here when my mom passes, and I don't know. And so we got to have like a heart-to-heart conversation about that. I told him that like my mom passed and everything, and really connected. So to answer your question, like there are like other interactions I could think about, but that interaction was really cool because they recognized me from the news, and I got to share about Ed Sheeran and everything, and just that like this little thing that I did made them feel seen. Because I don't really feel like I did anything spectacular, but whoa. But what I kind of like sensed about the time that I was there was that the worst thing about a bad thing in prison is like you kind of lose your humanity because you're just treated differently. There are all these regulations. Therefore, people don't really treat you like a human. And so just kind of having outsiders treat them like human beings was such a like gift to them. So that was really, really special. Yeah, that was cool. A side one that I'll never forget, it's like on a little bit of a lighter note. One time I was at a Starbucks, I was ordering, and the barista held up their phone and they were like, "Is this you?" and
which Starbucks was that at?
I was in Salinas. I think it was on John Street, which is funny.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, that's hilarious.
Gosh.
And it was my first EP that I've ever made. And they were like, "Dude, this song One Wish was my jam in high school."
What?
And I was like, wow, that's so crazy. Like, what the heck? Like, I released that EP in 2014. Yeah,
Wow.
that was cool.
Insane.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it was really humbling. But I would say those two.
Wow.
Yeah, the prison one. That's pretty deep. But that's
Yeah.
that's a really cool experience, to be honest.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What
sure-
a beautiful moment for you to be a part of that. Insane. So beautiful. Mine are kind of like, I also have a Starbucks one, a barista. She was like, "Do you have a podcast?" I'm like, "I do." And she's like, "You interviewed someone that I know, and I listened to the whole episode. You're really good." I'm like, "Thank you. I have no idea who you are, but thank you so much." So there's been a little bit of that. And then, yeah, it hit me early on that I forget that people actually like listen, because I've gotten a bunch of DMs and messages about like, "Oh, thank you for talking about this," when you were talking about like body image issues. It's nice to know that someone goes through the same things that I do. And I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
I'm like, yo, that is like 48 minutes in this specific episode. I didn't think people would make it that far. Another one, I'm not gonna say which episode, but I was interviewing a girl, and she just casually brought up that she had a miscarriage, and then she kept talking about it, and then went into something else, talked another 10 minutes, and then when she was done, I'm like, do I bring up what she just brought up casually? And I just said, "I'm very sorry you went through that, but thank you for talking about it, because I know you're not the only one," and stuff like that. And I got a lot of messages from that one. And that was another one where it's like, that was like 40 minutes in, and so many people made it to that part and were touched by that. And I'm like, sometimes I just forget that stuff I actually put out can touch people, and that people actually care. I'm sure you guys have been in that moment maybe at some point where like, I'm working so hard, I'm editing so much, I'm posting so much, I'm either singing or doing whatever, and like, what is it for? But those are the moments that it's for. When you get those kind of messages and people tell you that, I'm like, oh, this is why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I love to do it, but like people can really enjoy what I put out too.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up in the numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, social media is just the biggest lie ever. Like, people only post their highlights, and it is just a never-ending perpetual highlight reel. And even with that, a lot of the highlights are lies. And so nobody's posting their lowlights. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like you're living your day to day knowing your lowlights. You might be having a down week or whatever, and then you're comparing your lowlights to highlights that may or may not be real. And so the point I'm getting to is it's easy to get caught up in the numbers and metrics, and those can be valuable things, like having like reached a peak or whatever. But the moment like you had is always going to be worth more than like the most streamed podcast of the week or whatever it is. Like, at least I think, like, if you really have like a touching moment with a human being, I think that wins every time.
I agree with that. The moments like that are just, you don't forget them, you know. I've had a similar experience with something that I've posted. You guys may have seen it. It was a recent video, like in January.
Like, call your mom?
No, not that one. I did actually have some about that. Like, people, like, they resonated with it because they were like, oh, like, I can't call my mom, but it was like sweet, like hearing like these like messages and like,
yeah,
them
don't ask me,
that.
bro.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I love you, bro.
sorry.
No,
love you, mom.
But when I posted a video back in January where I talked about like how I started going to the gym, and like I didn't like get into detail, but like I like briefly mentioned, I was like, yeah, you know, I was going through a tough time and I was like really, really sad and whatever. But so I started going to the gym, and then I started pole vaulting, and, you know, like it helped me like get out of the funk that I was in. And someone messaged me, and she was like, I guess she went to high school with us. And like, I like kind of remember her, but I don't like, I'm not like super, like I didn't talk to her that much. But she said, oh, like, you know, I saw this video, and I just wanted to say that like when we were in high school, like you were always such an inspiration to me, and like you were just so positive. And, you know, this video, like she was like going through something like with like her own health and all that. And she said, yeah, you know, it's like, this makes me believe that like I can make it through what I'm going through right now. And like, I just wanted to say thank you so much for making this video and being so raw. And
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I was like, that's crazy. And like that made me feel really good. It made me proud that I posted that video.
Yeah, I don't think our really pain is ever wasted. I don't think like our tears and pain is ever wasted. Like, it's gonna be used for something, even though it sucks and it's awful, but obviously it's used for good, man. That's beautiful.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah,
that's amazing that the Penny Ray album, that's for me, like I was going through a dark time too, and oh my god, every song is so good from start to finish. The way you placed every track took me on a journey, and I'm like, ooh, like I'm gonna hold this album close to my heart.
Thank you, man.
And I'm sure you've heard stories about your music, how it's touched people and how vulnerable you are. So yeah, your music means a lot to a lot of people. Hope you know that.
Thank you, bro. That means a lot. That's super touching. Yeah, sometimes I can't even believe that album exists, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't want to derail us too much from the conversation, but just like how dark and heavy that time was, that was my roller coaster, was that album. Like it was the most difficult. It's like for sure my one of my like highest accomplishments, is because really what the album is like, it's my most valiant effort to just tell my mom thank you. It's really what it is. Like, yeah, there's like musical stuff in it, and it's great, and there's a lot of like stuff musically I'm proud of. But I knew that I was done with the album if I felt like, is this the absolute like best thank you that I can give my mom right now? So just the fact that it touched you, that means a lot more than someone who's like, yeah, like the sun slaps. I love that comment. Like, I love that, you know. But as we just said, we're just repeating this same theme, that it's the heart and the personal stuff that matters. And I think it's really cool, man, that happened with your podcast. Because one of the things I love about you, dude, and with this podcast is like you've been so consistent with it. It's hard to be consistent in anything. Like it really is. Like how many we could think of like so many friends are like, and it's fine. We're just human beings. Like I'm gonna start the gym. I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm gonna do this, and then it's like they fall off after a couple weeks. And bro, you have a lot going on, and you've been so consistent with it. Yeah, it's great. It's like I'm not just saying it because I like you. You've been really consistent with it. It's encouraging.
Thank you. And that's the number one piece of advice that I give people. I don't know if you guys give the same, but when people are like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel, or I want to start making music, or I want to do this, any advice? I'm like, remember like why it is that you started, like actually love and be passionate about it, because that'll keep you going on it. You know, be consistent with it. Make sure you love it. That's why I never cared about numbers or anything like that, because I always did it because I actually love doing it, and I can care less about the other stuff.
For sure.
So, thank you.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome, Yoel. I love the podcast, honestly.
Thanks.
Yeah. I also love Penny Ray.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I listened to the whole album recently, actually. I remember I texted you. I listened to it on a flight. Yeah, dude. That album's just so crazy to me.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
That means a lot. Thank you, bro.
So I was wondering, with your next album, I was wondering just how you approach music now, especially since your last one was a couple years ago, and I know it was very heavy for you and personal. So I was just wondering to see how you approach music now, how you make music now for your next project.
It's a really great question. Do my best to give a concise answer, because this could be a really long conversation. So Penny Ray, for those of you who don't know, my mom passed in 2016, Mother's Day of 2016, and I knew that when she passed, I wanted to dedicate a musical project to her. And so that first year of grief was really tough. And after that first year, I made a cover, Supermarket Flowers cover. And through making that video of Ed Sheeran's song and my rendition, I wanted to present something for the grieving community, and especially for people on that Mother's Day who have Mother's Day going on. Because one of the toughest things, like when you lose your mom, and mom is a role, right? Like a lot of people are raised by their grandmas or aunts or even their dad. I wanted people just to be seen, because like Mother's Day, you see like families together and like celebrating with moms, and your mom's not around, so you can be kind of bitter about it. So when I made that video, I just wanted people to feel seen. And after that video, that led to the inspiration of like, that felt really good. Like I felt like I was on the right trajectory to do what I needed to do next. And I was like, I'm going to dedicate an entire album to my mom. And it took me 4 years to do that. That process, I think just like anything in life, when you make things, you're using the skills that you know in that time and place to create the thing that is in front of you. And like you mentioned with the roller coaster, if any kind of roadblocks arise, you educate yourself in that moment and learn more so that you can approach it. So that process was like, obviously, so I collaborated with a lot of people. There are a lot of people involved in the project. Like I don't play drums, so like Javier played drums on the whole album. I really wanted someone to write the string parts, like for Sound of Silence. Like I knew that I wanted strings, but I didn't have experience writing string parts. My friend Aaron and I collaborated on writing the string parts for Won't Change My Love, but I knew that the string parts for Sound of Silence were going to be a lot more complicated. So to answer your question, making Penny Ray, like I felt very prepared for it, like musically. I think the hardest part was figuring out what kind of emotion that I wanted to allow into the recordings. Whereas with my EP, it was like, I was super green and super fresh, had only been playing and singing for 4 years. And then, so that came out 2014. I released singles of Penny Ray going into the full release. So then Spark came out 2017, I think. Back to You came out 2018. Then Ray came out 2019. And then Penny Ray 2020. So Penny Ray, I felt a lot more confident compared to the EP4 because I just like had learned about production, had learned more about singing, had learned more about how to play my instrument, learned more about music theory. And so I think you gain confidence in your ability. So I was never really worried about the record musically. It was like, it's just hard. It's hard to like decide how to let people in, and like how honest to be. And I'm going to ultimately get to answering your question. I'm just giving context on how this correlates to now. But one of the things that happened in Penny Ray when I wrote Sound of Silence, which is a 9-minute song, and I wrote each bit of it at my mom's bedside as she got more and more sick. And I knew that I wouldn't finish the song until she passed. And that was like a tough reality, but I knew that that's what the song needed. So I had most of the song done. She passes Mother's Day morning. And watching somebody, sorry to like get too deep here, but like watching somebody pass is such a like interesting experience to see them take their last breath.
Yeah.
Because you can literally feel the absence of their presence. Because like my mom was on all this medication and everything, and you know, she's on morphine. You know, they just like have her sedated so that she can be comfortable. But even though she was sedated, I could feel her presence in the room. And not to get like too spiritual or whatever, but it's like when she was gone and I watched her last breath. And the thing about the last breath is like they get periodically further and further apart. So like she's like breathing like a certain kind of ratio. It's like every 30 seconds. And that like expands like further and further away. And then you see the last breath and it's like they're gone. And then you just like,
dang,
it's crazy. And it's like, it's an honor to be there. Like I'm not, even though it's like tough, like I'm not going to leave your side. But it's weird to just watch this breathing go from how we see breathing to it to go every 30 seconds or whatever. But then I literally I just knew she was gone. Like her soul was gone. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of something you only really know when you experience it. But I was like, whoa, like she's just like not here. So anyway, that was devastating. But
was your whole family there, or was it just you?
No, it was, so this was most of us. It was like 7 a.m. And she was on hospice in my brother's house. And I was there and I saw her breaths getting more shallow. So I was like, called whoever wasn't there, called them down. And yeah, and it just happened Mother's Day morning. But it was interesting. As soon as she passed, I was like, oh, I have this song done. Because I realized that the end of the song is like my promises to her. And as you guys know from Sound of Silence, like that's what I talk about, like how like I'll see you in my children's eyes each night I put them down. And like all of a sudden it made sense. It's like, how can I could only really accurately make my promises to her for some reason when she was fully gone. But because there was still a part of her there, it was like there was still like a significant part of me still believing that she was somehow going to have this miraculous improvement. So Penny Ray, the process of that was being open and being okay with doing that, because it's a 9-minute song, but I felt like that song lived in a 9-minute span. But me being a music producer, it's like people aren't going to listen to a 9-minute song, you know? But I was like, this song's just not meant to live in a 4-minute song. Like, imagine that song in 4 minutes. Like, there's just no way. And I realized, like, I was trying to, because like with pop music, if somebody's trying to write a pop tune, they're trying to cater to the consumer. And I was thinking about it like, dude, grief never caters to the consumer ever. Like, grief annihilates your heart. It doesn't care about you at all. So why am I trying to take a grief song and make it cater to the consumer? Just need to let the song be what it's going to be. So I decided to do that. Now, it being almost 5 years after that album, obviously I released a Christmas song since then. Like, so much happened. So much of your creative process is like a reflection of the season of life that you're in. And it's like that album after that, like, is a part of me meeting my wife. That video is the reason that I met my wife. My wife was on YouTube. I know you guys know this story super well. And we end up getting connected. When I released Penny Ray, she was just like my friend who like was excited about the Penny Ray album. And I remember when it came out, Danny sent me like she did like a note response to every single track to Penny Ray and like sent it to me. So obviously we end up meeting. You guys can watch a video on YouTube about that. I'm not going to spend time on that. And
I love Danny.
yeah, she's so cool, right?
I remember when you were first telling me that you were gonna go like meet this Miami girl.
Yeah.
And dude, this is so crazy what all came out from that.
Yeah.
So insane.
Mm-hmm.
Miami girl. She's so talented too. All of
She
her
is.
stuff.
She's gonna hate that we're talking about her. But yeah, so like all of this crescendos into me meeting my wife, buying a ticket, flying 3,000 miles, meeting for the first time, falling in love, getting married before the year of us meeting. You know, it's like it just happened so fast, but it wasn't rushed. And so now to ultimately get to the answer to your question, I would say my process is ultimately different now because of the season of life that I'm in. I'm so happy to be with my wife. I have even more confidence in my production abilities and my songwriting abilities. I think I'm a lot more free than I used to be, like with my creative process. I'm willing, you know, it's tough, but I am willing to, like, if something just isn't happening, I will seek it through whatever that idea is. But if it's just not happening, then I'll kind of just like let go of it and move on to another song. It's also really cool to create from a place of like being in love. 'Cause like the Penny Ray album, there's like happy moments and stuff like that. But it's like not every song's about losing my mom or whatever. And there's like love songs on there, obviously. But it was kind of like a lot of channeling different energy. Like Won't Change My Love is about my friend who I'd never thought he'd get back with this girl, and they're married and about to have 2 kids. It's like crazy.
That's my favorite song.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, love that song.
Thanks, man. I love that song too. So it's just like whatever, if you could take the grief spectrum, like what Penny Ray is, and put that into like being in love and everything, that's what this record is sounding like, which is really cool.
How many songs do you have complete right now?
Complete, I would say like 4.
And how many
Yeah.
are there going to be total? Or if you don't want
I
to
don't
say, you
know,
have to.
probably 12.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's like such super tangent. In summary, my process has changed because of the season of life that I'm in. And I feel like I have a lot more, like I've developed a lot more in the technicality of things. Like I always want to do that, but I feel like I'm just a lot more free in my process. Yeah. That was a long-winded answer. And I apologize if like you see your analytics do this right now.
No. We love it.
Yeah, I loved listening to all of that.
Yeah. I never get tired of hearing your story. It's so great.
Thanks, man.
Should we transition to your song? now?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, guys. So you guys, I have a new song coming out Friday. It's called Trajectory, and I'm gonna show you guys the song early. But before I do, how about you guys take a guess on like how you think the song is gonna sound?
Okay.
So like melodically, whatever.
Okay. Yoel, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go
you
first?
can go first. You go first.
All right, let's see.
Alrighty. I'm thinking this is upbeat. Alrighty. I'm thinking this is a hypeful song.
Okay.
Trajectory makes me think like just moving forward.
Yeah, like a roller coaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So here I'm gonna start. I assume this is the chorus, held by something that you can't see. Held by something that you can't see, 'cause those two souls are meant to be. I don't need it to make sense to me. Just glad we're on the same trajectory. How was that?
Hey.
No, that was something. That was good.
Very Jonas Brothers.
Dude, bro, am I close?
Yeah, very Jonas Brothers. We'll see if you're close.
Oh my gosh.
All right, now you got to do the.
That was
the
good.
Verse.
That was like Suno AI.
Okay, I'll do the verse. I don't think it's an upbeat song. I think it's like a power ballad. That's what you're gonna give us.
The snippets that have been posted could help you guys if you listen to them, if your audio was on.
I've only heard like the instruments, the instrumentals. Have you posted lyrical stuff too?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's okay. All right, let's go for it.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Should I start with the verse? Let's do it.
You can go wherever you want, my friend.
How could two lives that walk a different sunrise be connected by a string of destiny? A future surprise made up of invisible signs, woven together by a quilt of memories. And the thread may tangle and it may stretch, but it won't unravel in the end.
That sounded like I just knew.
Nice. It's giving me like NSYNC a little bit.
Oh my god.
How could two lie? A little bit like Lauv, actually. Yeah.
All right,
What
John.
did you say?
I said that last part. It kind of sounded like I just knew.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah, no. You're right.
Oh.
Also, I'm like yelling right now because we can't hear ourselves.
You're good,
so
you're
we're, like,
good.
compensating.
Oh, high five?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Fail.
All right, John.
All right,
Who was closer?
we'll find out. But do you want to know a little bit about the song?
Sure.
Just for the sake of this. The song it takes like themes of like happy accidents and like all these small little moments that need to happen in order for you to meet someone. So I was just thinking about the ways that Danny and I met and how it's like very fragile and unlikely that we would have met. And I was just thinking about the themes of like invisible strings and like being tied to somebody, and how like there's like moments where like you're eventually going to meet this person that you're meant to be with, and there's like moments where you drift like far apart, but these like invisible strings are like you're tied, and there's like moments where like it looks like it's about to snap, but then somehow you got brought back together. And I was just thinking about how easy it would have been to Danny for her to do this on YouTube, and that's gone.
Oh wow, that's an
Wow.
interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's literally a
you're right.
phone call, or she has to go to the bathroom, or it's because she went to the bathroom that, you know what I'm saying? So if you look at the lyrics, like the first lines, like how could two lives that walk a different sunrise be connected by a string of destiny? So that's just talking about like we're completely different parts of the world. Like the sunrise that she experiences in Florida is like different than mine. One of the things that I think is interesting about thinking about all these like happy accidents that need to happen is we often think about like our own lives. So think about like what she went through, what I went through. But I also thought back, like even before that, so much had to happen in her parents' lives. Like in her mom's individual life to meet her dad, which led to her. And then I was like, so much had to happen in her grandparents' lives. And it just really got me thinking, like, so much of those happy accidents happened way before we're even alive. Like, and I was like, dang, we really don't give enough credit to the bloodline. So there's like a verse over here that says, before we crossed paths, we were in our grandparents' hands, a bloodline strand meant to withstand the wind. Like kindled branches, spark to lanterns, an unlit fuse, destined to be ablaze. So it's just talking about just like giving love to, like, I'm so glad that her grandparents lived the life that they lived because that led to her parents led to us. So it's like me trying, in summary, trajectory is like me trying to like make sense of how it happened and then submitting to just like, I don't need it to make sense to me. I'm just glad we're on the same trajectory. That's the song.
Love it.
Cool.
Yeah, I love that. I'm excited, man.
All right.
I can't believe you haven't heard this yet.
Have you heard it?
No, you usually hear stuff before I do.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, now we're equals.
All right.
All right, we go.
How could two lives that walk in different sunrise be connected by a string of destiny? A future surprise made up of invisible signs woven together by a quilt of memories. And the thread may tangle and it may stretch, but it won't unravel in the end. Those two strangers far apart, they're tied forever by the stars, held by something that you can't see, 'cause those two souls are meant to be. I don't need it to make sense to me, just glad we're on the same trajectory.
Let's go, John.
This is awesome.
Before we crossed paths, we were in our grandparents' hands, a bloodline strand meant to withstand the wind. Like kindled branches, spark to lanterns, an unlit fuse, destined to be ablaze.
Oh.
The thread may tangle,
That was cool.
it may stretch, but it won't unravel in the end. Those two strangers far apart, they're tied forever by the stars, held by something that you can't see, 'cause those two souls are meant to be. I don't need it to make sense to me, just glad we're on the same trajectory.
This is what we've heard.
Oh my gosh, dude. crazy.
Trajectory.
Dude.
That was fire.
Dude.
Thanks, man.
No, we could hear it again.
John, what kind of birds are those?
You know,
What are the birds?
those are cockatoos.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Yeah, they were in Toro Park.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
So that is trajectory. Let me turn our voices back up. You guys can say whatever you want right now. But.
I think I was closer.
no, I think I was closer.
I think we were both very wrong.
Dude, production on that. Come on.
I like the sound that goes.
Yeah.
That's like kind of nerve wracking, you know, letting you guys have been my like some of my like biggest supporters through the years, and so just man, throat noises. Yeah, just really appreciate your guys' like support. And it's not really like support sounds so like charitable, like you're doing me a service. I know it's like sincere interest in what I'm doing, but I appreciate the support. Like whatever I release, you're like, you know, tapped in and just like interested. And so it means a lot, going back to the whole 100,000 songs thing. And so I know people don't really care like how hard you work on something. They just want like the end product, but I worked really hard on this song. It was tough. Like it was like one of the toughest songs for me to finish. And like, I know that not everyone's going to like it, and that's okay. You just like, the thing that I always tell myself is like, there are people in this world who don't like pizza. So if pizza has haters, you are going to have haters. Like,
Right. For sure.
it's just like, it's just a fact. And so when I thought about people who I wanted to like hear it first, I thought of you guys. Like obviously Danny's been hearing this song from voice memo to demo to master. So thanks for listening. It was just like, it's like almost kind of emotional to like have you guys listen to it, just because like I know you guys really care.
I'm honored that you wanted us to listen to it.
But I gave it everything I got. Like this is just absolutely everything I could have given this song. So yeah.
And we can tell. Like this sounds incredible.
Thanks.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who was closer. Like you guys both.
Me.
Yeah, maybe like you like with tempo. Yeah. As far as consistency of your vision, like you were closer. Like you were committed to your vision. But yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, it was definitely not a fast song.
Yeah.
That like cracked. I was like, oh my god. You're like, yeah, it sounds like a fast song. I was like, nope. This is like. So when I got a comment today, just from the snippet that I posted, that somebody said like, "Sir, this sounds like wife seduction music, and we are here for it."
Wife's wait, wow. that is a very funny comment.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna reply to that comment with the video. Yeah,
That's
I think it's a
funny.
good one to reply to.
God.
But
On TikTok or Instagram?
on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wanted to, you know, I wanted to like, really wanted to like have that slow dance vibe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could just slow dance with someone you love, or slow dance with the homies, if you want.
I was slow dancing by myself the whole time we were listening.
Yeah, it was just so funny to see you guys locked into that 6/8.
Dude.
6'8".
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever thoughts. opinions.
I thought of Like the Sun like as soon as you started singing, because I don't know, there's a way that you sing in Like the Sun that is pretty much just all about your voice and the production of your voice, like the beauty of it. So I got that immediately. Just focusing on your voice, like it is so pretty. And
Thanks, man.
And production as well. Like the production on Like the Sun is incredible, and like this is just like so much, I think, better too,
Thank
production
you.
wise.
Thank
Like
you.
the quality of it is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm really proud of it. Banged my head on the wall.
I was definitely thinking of I like the sun a lot too, with like the sound bits. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Dude, I loved that.
Yeah.
It made you feel like sucked into the song.
Yeah, it's like the tension and release. Like people often like underrate space,
Mm-hmm.
and so I wanted to really use that. Like in that verse too, you're used to like hearing these things, and so when they get sucked away, you're like, whoa, and then they come back in. It's like, yeah. So that was the goal. Yeah.
I also really liked the ending, like how the like pre-chorus and the chorus like changes slightly.
Oh, which part?
So when it started, like when it got like a little higher, or not higher, maybe, yeah, higher.
Like when I start belting?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, I really liked that. I thought that was cool.
Thanks. Yeah, that was the intention of that was like the song. So trajectory, like in math, is very much like parabolic.
Mm-hmm.
So you think of like a basketball shot and things that go like this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted this song to end on a high of a trajectory. And I wanted it to feel like two lives come together. So in the final chorus, you have these new production elements that you haven't heard. So it's the first time you hear acoustic guitar. It's the first time you hear strings. It's the first time you hear slide guitar. Because before this, the song's very much like neo soul, R&B kind of genre. And then production wise, this song ended up becoming, I think I told Gabe this, like by the end of it, it's like the sun meets won't change my love. You have strings that come in. You have this acoustic guitar that's driving. So that was like really cool. I was like, oh, my two most popular songs. It wasn't intentional. But yeah, Like the Sun was cool. I was hoping that, it's my most popular song. And I wanted to make something in that vein again without it being fabricated.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to like, there are a lot of people who stuck around, but some people like really only like that style and just like dipped. And that's fine. You can consume however you want. But that like Daniel Caesar, Bruno Majors, there's a little bit of like Rex in there too, as the chords and stuff. I think like fans of those people will connect with it.
Well, I definitely connected with it.
Cool.
I loved it.
Cool, man.
I'm excited for this to come out so I can keep listening to it.
Thanks.
A new song to learn.
Yeah. I'll send you the chords. The chords get wild. One of the things I'm really proud of is like, so I mentioned to you guys, like there are points, maybe where these people are meant to be, where like the string was about to snap and, the moment of her scrolling away. And I wanted to convey tension in the story, but nothing was coming out lyrically. Like everything that happened lyrically, I felt like I already communicated. And I was like, how do I communicate tension without saying like, and they almost gave up and it got really hard and like, they almost didn't meet. I just like feel like there wasn't really time for that in the song. So I created tension harmonically. So like for my music nerds, there's what you call is like, there's a term in music called diatonic. So that means that you use the notes within the scale that the song is in. And when we get to the bridge of trajectory, we break that diatonic nature and we introduce an E altered chord, which is like you just like feel the moment in the song where like it just kind of took a different mood and things start to build into that big chorus. I know you guys only listen once, so it's like kind of hard to digest and everything, but that was how I created tension, was like tension in the chords. And then as it built, like, did you hear like the whisper in the ears? Like there's like all of a sudden like crowd noise and like
I don't think I noticed that.
No, it's all right. Like once again, it's like I know every like nook and cranny of this song, but in the bridge, I took a bunch of audio from like me and Danny first hanging out. So I have like our very first dinner together. I took audio from that moment. I took audio of like all these times of us hanging out, and I blend them in. So like as you can't really make out what I'm saying. Like there's this one part where like I'm like I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Like we're just hanging out and I'm saying something stupid like that. I took like when we got married, like audio from that. And so that part is like tension. So I'm kind of like flashing all these like memories in that moment. That was kind of like the concept. So you don't necessarily.
Dude, you should make a video breaking that down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think that's interesting?
That is so cool.
Really cool.
That's like,
My mom's grandfather clock is also in there. So that's like another thing is like, I took a sample, like I visited my brother in Texas and he has a grandfather clock. And so I recorded it going.
wow.
And so like that creeps in. It's like symbolism.
Dude, you could probably like make that into like a series. Like, and you could do that with all your songs. 'Cause I know you did that with like the Sun too. I remember you were telling me like all these different things that you put in it.
Yeah.
Like literally, if you just broke down like all these like little secret things and secret meanings that you had in your songs, that'd be super interesting.
But how do I don't know how to do it. Cause like, do I just like focus on one section at a time? Cause like that video could be super long. You know?
I think you should focus on one section at a time. Yeah.
Like, so here's the verse of trajectory and like whatever.
And like, or like maybe even break it down by like break like a secret each video. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, in fact, it's funny you mentioned that. So one of the things that I really focused on in this time was like, you know, pole vaulting is very important for you because it takes you out of making a coaster and making videos. It's so good to redirect your attention.
Yeah.
I needed something like that wasn't the gym and wasn't basketball. And so I picked up video games again. So Danny and I would play video games after work.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And so my friend let me borrow his PS4. And have you ever played PS4 or PlayStation?
I've played PS4 before, yeah.
So you know how like when you press the button, it has a startup sound?
Yeah.
Like any gaming system. So every time I would play PS4, it would like go beep. And I'd be like, that's the 5 of trajectory every time. Like it was the 5. So it just like, I would play and I'd hear it because I was working on trajectory at the time. And so I'd be like, oh, that's the 5. That's the 5. That's the 5. And I was like, you know what?
Did you just make it the 5?
So I took the beep and it's in the song.
That's crazy, dude.
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah. So it's in the first chorus.
That is a singular video right there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I thought about being like, hey, like this is what the PS4 beep sounds like. Can you find it? And then playing the chorus.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool too, because those are a lot of things that maybe a lot of people won't be able to like pick out just by listening to the song.
It's a lot to digest. Like this
Yeah.
is not a pop song. Like in that, you know, it's just like I wanted to make something that I've never heard before and ultimately like be in love with it. And think like, you know, Danny will always be like, she's like, I'm the number one fan and whatever. She holds that title like really strongly and she'll like claim that. So like also making sure that she really loves it is important for me. Like she's a really great like test.
Has she ever like told you that I don't really like this one as much?
No, there's never been that. But I'll ask her like, hey, like, do you like this idea in this song? Do you like when this comes in or do you like this?
Oh.
You know? So it was interesting. There's actually a vocal run at the very end of the song that I thought was unnecessary. It's like the way I sing Stars at the very end.
In your head voice?
Nah, it's in full voice.
Okay.
But she loved that run so much. And I was like, I think it's just like unnecessary. I'm already like belting. It's already like a surprise. And then I realized like she was just like fighting for that so hard. And then I thought about it. I was like, this isn't going to make a difference to the song, whether or not it's the part that I want or the part that she wants. So I might as well just like make my wife happy because that part's not going to be the reason of whether or not someone likes the song. So that's why I kept it in.
That's fair. That's cool though.
Yeah.
Another video.
True.
If you had like a version with the head voice or with like the run and a version without the run, you could be like, yo, like this was like version 1 and version 2. And you could be like, which one did you like better?
That's a good point. One of my favorite things about the song, if it's okay if I share, is like in the second verse is like one of my, I'm so proud of how that's produced. It just feels so good. Javier is just like, his pocket is like, it just feels immaculate. Tyler's bass playing is incredible. Tyler, he's a bass player for the Jonas Brothers. And I'm talking about her grandparents and grandparents. And so that's the first time you hear piano in the song. I wanted the piano to sound like how piano sounded in her grandparents, like when her grandparents were young.
Yeah.
So the piano sounds like an old piano that they would have heard on their TV. And then when you hit the chorus, it's a more modern piano. So the piano sound changes. So it's a little subtle thing.
That's cool. Dude, so many just cool things in your song, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
And I feel like that's how it is in a lot of your songs. Like,
Yeah,
it is.
thanks.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, I've never done a song breakdown. I should.
Yeah, dude.
I think like the closest I've gotten to is like how I broke down like the sun on your podcast.
Yes, you did. Yeah. So
Yeah.
good.
I know Charlie Puth, he like will do videos like that where like he'll start from just like the simplest sound and he'll just like come up with the whole song. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head, like you could start with the PlayStation sound and it's like, oh, just
Yeah.
build it out from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like this. I'm just thinking of like so many ideas that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
video I have, like, let me know the timestamp where you heard it or whatever.
Well, I wanted to add that your runs are so good. You were talking about stars, but you've always been so good at runs, and that's why Spark is one of my favorites, because I think of emptiness unseen, and then you go, more I try. Like, you've always been so good at runs, and it really does add a lot of flavor to the song. So that was a good choice with stars.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's like, you know, I appreciate that. I don't consider myself like a runner, but like I like to be very intentional when I do run, because I think people can fall into the habit of relying on runs. So like the reason that like it's like there may tangle and it may glad we're on the same. So that the reason that it's like does that run down is because it's a trajectory. Yeah, same trajectory.
Damn.
Yeah.
Try it, Yoel. Try that run. Let's see it.
Do it again.
Cool. Thank you guys for listening. I'm so glad you liked it. Yeah, because I believe you. We've been like such an L. Just like,
No, we appreciate it.
John, what is this?
yeah. You're like, you give like those compliments that you give to just be like, you know, I really liked that you had a great time making this song.
Dude, John, this would have been like a perfect opportunity for you to show us like something like horrible on
So
purpose.
bad.
Just to see like what we would have said to you.
Oh, man.
To see if we're full of like BS or something. Before we finish up, I ask everyone favorite Kelly Clarkson songs. You guys have already told me your favorite Kelly Clarkson songs. So I usually end it with a question for me before we finish up.
Bro, I'm sorry. Since You've Been Gone is just such a banger. Since You've Been Gone, I'll Die on This Hill is one of the greatest pop songs ever. Like ever. It is incredible. It is immaculate.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's supposed to hit the Billions Club pretty soon on Spotify.
That's crazy. Will you ride my roller coaster when it's done?
Gabe, I've supported you since day one. I will do anything that you want me to do, honestly.
Solid.
I did one of the interview questions on the street about...
Oh, yeah. What did I ask you?
You asked me, how are you doing emotionally?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't give me the question beforehand. I didn't know what he was going to ask me. I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. And how are you doing
Gabriel.
emotionally?
That's wild.
Yeah, it was a good question.
And I was not doing good emotionally. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to... And a lot of people like that episode. They're like, Gabe, you should do more like, you know, sentimental videos like this, like connecting more with people. So, but yeah, I did that one. And then I did the coaster video.
Yeah.
Well, the green screen. And I wasn't feeling well that day. I was pretty sick, but I had a good time since
like
you've been gone.
Spraying you with water.
And I didn't know you were going to be doing that either. I'm like, okay, I'll just ride this.
I like when you cuss at him.
Dude.
That's such a creative concept. I'm actually really surprised that didn't perform better. I was
It's like
sad about
weird
that
when
one.
great ideas don't perform well. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
No, yeah, I will do the coaster video. I'll do anything you want to do. I know you work hard for your videos, and
Hell yeah.
I'm always here supporting. So yeah, just like
Nice.
you've been on my podcast many times, and you've been on my YouTube channel, and you've been supportive to me throughout the year. So we're in this.
Heck yeah.
We're in this together.
Got you, homie.
Share with me 2 things that happened on this podcast that you never would have expected to happen. And you're like so glad that like you pushed through with the consistency because it did happen. And then my other question is, what can we, like, what are you really excited to get back to? And what are your first initial goals within that thing that you're getting back to?
Those are really good questions.
Yes. Okay, I might ask you to re-ask the last part of it. But, okay, some unexpected things that happened. There's this guy named John Paul Wallace who went viral in 2017 for doing a graduation performance.
So the 7 years guy?
7 years. And that performance really inspired me, where I was like, well, maybe I could do that too. Like, maybe I could perform in my graduation and do that song. Reached out to him, never thought he'd ever respond, and he did, and he gave me permission to do it. And I fought really hard to do it at that school. And yeah, I became a fan of his, like, just like a fan of his music. And the fact that I've been able to become friends with him, and that he's been on the show 3 or 4 times virtually.
That's cool, man.
He lives
Seems like a cool guy.
He lives in Michigan. I've never met him, like, in person. And that's something that I pinch myself, like a video that changed my life, because that video has, like, I think around 20 million views right now. And for something to impact me so much, and then to have that person on my show and then to be friends with them is really, really cool.
That's special.
So I'm very happy with that. I guess, I mean, Jamie Miller, I did like a whole season of album breakdowns, and I decided to do his EP Broken Memories because I do love it and it means a lot to me. And he reposted it and said that he listened, which made me so nervous because
I didn't know this.
Each of those episodes, I did a little cover of a song from that album. So I sang his song in the beginning of it. Oh, wow. And I'm like, wait, like, you heard me, like, sing? He's like, yeah, it was so good. I'm like, ugh, you heard me sing? What the heck?
That's cool, bro.
If I knew you were going to listen, I would have, like, I don't know, done it a little differently. But so, yeah, that was a cool moment for me.
Dude, Jamie Miller seems like such a cool guy.
Yeah, he does seem cool.
He's the best. He's the sweetest. He has a confabulate crew neck. He has the bracelets. He has stickers.
Bro, my wife is always wearing the sweater or the crew neck, the gray one. Like, I would say at least once a week she's wearing it.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I love when people send me pictures of them wearing it and they wear it out and about. I'm like, that's super cool. I'm glad that people like it. So yeah, there's been a lot of crazy stuff though. Like, I remember when my bucket list was just you, and Cameron. And I was able to make it work like within 2 or 3 seasons. And I'm like, okay, so like what's next?
And Cameron. That's funny.
Yeah. The whole season of album breakdowns was big for me because I was sick for a lot of it. From like January to February, I was just like unwell. I couldn't get better. And I kept, that was the time where I recorded everything. So the Adele one, which is my most listened to episode ever. I remember like...
How many listens?
That one is like downloads. That's already...
Downloads? Dang.
Downloads?
Yeah, because podcast is like different. Because downloads, that's what it shows me, downloads, which is you got to listen to at least more than 5 minutes or download it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So it's not the same as streams. But I still think it's really cool because you got to go to like a different app to actually listen to these episodes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't really know like how podcasts work in that realm.
Yeah. So the Adele one, that's like over 1,000 downloads. A lot of people like that.
That's
one.
great.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of people liked all the album breakdowns. But I remember throwing up and then having to sing her song and then recording after that, just so I could make sure I could post every week.
Dude, that would have been crazy if like you threw up mid singing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would have gone viral.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, people like that one. And then I posted it on YouTube, and now it's gonna be my most watched YouTube video pretty soon.
Cool.
It's gonna be, and I'm like, I recorded this like 3 years ago. It's so crazy. So yeah, there's been a lot of cool moments on the podcast. Jamie Miller is still my dream guest. I send emails like once a month. I go to all his shows. I DM him. Yeah, I probably won't give up on that one.
If I ever come across that dude, I'll just grab him, take him here. Yeah, he's pretty small. No, but I will definitely help out if I ever come across him.
I think I could probably take him too.
Yeah, definitely now. How many episodes in total?
We hit 100 not too long ago.
Dang, 100 is no joke. 100 of anything is no joke.
I think I might end at like 110, 111, around there. Yeah, it's a lot, but I'm like, damn, time flies. But yeah, I'm very happy. I'm proud of it. I'm ending it because this was never really like in the cards for me. It's just kind of like an idea I came up with, and then I just went with it, and I kept coming up with ideas, and I kept setting goals for myself. And then it just came to a point where I'm like, whoa, I've been doing this for so long. It's been taking a lot of time from me wanting to sing and me wanting to focus on other creative things. I've been writing a book for like 4 years.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
That I really want to put out. I just don't have time to write it. And I want to get back to doing covers and singing. And so the podcast, I love it so much, but I'm very proud of it and content with what I've been able to do. And I'm ready to put a pause on it. Season 8's my lucky number. We talked about this last time. So yeah, I just feel very happy to put a pause on it for now.
You should post a like progression video of like your first interview to one of your later interviews, just to show like how much more fluid you got. Because I imagine you got way better.
That'd be a cool video.
Yeah. I'm actually planning something similar. Melissa, my best friend Melissa, she was the first ever guest, and we recorded it in my room at my mom's house. She brought her own microphone. We were watching YouTube videos, how to set up mic to laptop, how to do this. And she helped me start it up 4 years ago. And then I already have the last episode recorded with her. So I'm just kind of waiting for a few more things.
Who is that?
Melissa Basilio.
Little bookend action. I like it.
And she'll be my last one. And I actually got sad because, every episode I put a smiley face at the end. For hers, I put Melissa Basilio closes out confabulate, sad face.
Aw.
I was like, oh, there's the sad face.
That's
whatever.
awesome.
You're gonna miss the podcast, man.
Yeah, man.
But it'll always be there. My number one goal for years has been to get my degree and graduate. So the fact that that's finally happening, that's very, very, it's been a long 8 years, like, of trying to get a degree and trying to graduate. I knew that was always a big goal of mine.
That's huge, bro. Like,
that was number one before, like, I focus on anything else. So that's right around the corner. A big goal of mine, I briefly said it earlier, but I met my biological dad this year. That was another big goal.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I remember you. That's crazy.
I went to Colorado in June. Life-changing trip. Insane. And that opened like another path for me. And it's been really, really nice to have that connection and a whole other, to know that I have like 3 half siblings that I've never met. So that's like a whole other thing to get into. And Colorado's great. I had the best time. So that was a life goal of mine.
That's huge. That's huge, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, dude. That's cool.
So, yeah, that was a big goal of mine. Yeah, again, want to get back to singing. I miss it a lot. And, yeah, I just want to... Oh, yeah, the book, as I was saying, it's not like a memoir. It's not like about my life, but it's inspired by my life. And it's a bunch of made-up characters. And I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just going to put everything out there, and it's up for interpretation. But it's like, it's a funny book because all my personality is kind of thrown in there. But it's serious, too. It's about things that I've gone through that I feel like I actually open the book with this line. It's called The Story by Brandon Carlisle. And there's a line there. Let me see. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of where I've been. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything if you've got no one to tell them to. And I'm like, we all have so many stories to tell, and sometimes we don't have the space or the platform to share about our experiences and what we've gone through. So that's always been my thing. So I wanted to write a book about that, and it's been really fun and like therapeutic and stuff. So I'm excited to put it out.
Do it, bro. I love it. I just love that about you, man. Like, I love that you just go for things and you're consistent, and you have like, I think one of your strongest gifts is you're just really great at like having tunnel vision, and like, doesn't matter what somebody says or whatever, you're just going to like focus on the task at hand. And that's inspiring. I feel like if we all were a little bit more like that, and not, I don't know, because I know like for me, I'm such a like planner and like all this stuff, and sometimes it's just good to just go.
Yeah.
And that's something you're really good at, and I admire that.
Thank you so much. So yeah, that's probably my goals, and I'm always going to stay busy. I've always loved to stay busy. So that's what I got going on.
So you're still going to be posting content.
Yes, I
Heck
would
yeah.
love to play a little more with TikTok, because when I was doing YouTube all the time, TikTok wasn't really around.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just kind of like full covers, which I don't mind doing again. But it'd be nice to like post maybe 30-second to a minute covers of like a good portion of the song. I have a whole list of songs that I'm like, I gotta sing this, I gotta sing this, I gotta sing this. Bunch of musical theater stuff that I didn't really get to dabble with last time.
I'm excited for this new era of
Yes.
Yoel.
I'm excited to get back to it. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I miss it because I only get to sing in the car. And I'm like, I don't get a lot of like, I don't know, time or places to sing.
For sure.
And I miss it.
I really enjoyed this episode. It's like, I kind of threw the idea out there. I was like, dang, it'd be so wild to have me and Gabe at the same time.
Thanks for
That's
having
my
us, Yoel.
plans.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for
man.
taking the time. Thank you for being here.
You're a legend.
Thank you so much.
This was fun. Love you guys.
Love you, Brad. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all so much for listening.
Confabulate!
We'll
What?
see.
You're not going to match my energy?
Yeah!
Confabulate!
Confabulate.
Thank y'all so much. We'll see you next time.
Alrighty.
Sweet.
Sapphire.
Dang.
Wow.